Hi, greetings and blessings, everyone. This is yours truly, Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chaz, aka the Slayer, coming to you guys tonight. Going to be interviewing this phenomenal music artist out of Ohio, called Ohio, the rapper. And I like his sound. I listened to his music, and I actually like his sound. I like the way he is very lyrical and he verbalizes his words, pronunciate, which a lot of music artists seem to be afraid to do. I don't understand that. Pronunciate. But before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and I would like to highlight my featured independent business of the week. It is called Bleen, and you can find them on, it's an online boutique in shop. You can find them on Instagram and also on Facebook. Let me give you guys this information. Just watch this brief commercial that we have for them and make sure you guys support. All right, guys, thank you for watching that. And if you would like to get an ad up for yourself, for your business during one of our live stream, make sure that you go ahead and send us a message and go to the website. And here's the commercial select. Okay, now for those who's been following us for a while, you know that we have celebrities, we have award-winning celebrities at that, Grammys, Stellar Awards, Image Award winners, Anchor Award winners from news broadcasters, business gurus, Fortune CEOs of Fortune 500 companies or other companies that follow us and support us. And it's because a lot of them prefer using Twitter. Not too many use Instagram, but most of them use Twitter. That's why most of my followers, like celebrity followers, are on Twitter. For those who didn't know, but we're gonna wait till Mr. Rapper, hip hop artist, Ohio, the rapper, comes on. And also, guys, I've been, I don't know, I've been feeling some kind of way about my, my gloves on campaign because I didn't get my calendars. I didn't get as many calendars sold as I needed to, and wanted to be able to sell them at a good rate, as discount rate, because printing, especially in color, is really expensive. Anybody who does it, they know it. And then the turnaround. Say for instance, if I needed, if the more you order, of course, the cheaper it is. So I try to get a big bulk so that I can keep the prices fair to everyone. So, I dealt with that, but things didn't come out the way I expected it, but it's all good. So I'm going to let you guys see this commercial about the Gloves On campaign, and I'll be right back.
Hey guys, please support the Gloves On campaign, advocating for those with chronic illnesses, diseases, and disabilities. You can do so by making a donation, purchase a 2021 Gloves On campaign calendar, and or sign the petition. Head over to www.cheenlc.com for details. Thank you for your support.
Okay, thanks guys. And now I see Ohio the rapper. Hi. How
Hey,
are
what's
you?
going on, man? Sorry if I was running a little behind. This thing wasn't working for me, so.
You good? No worries. Good to see you. How's everything in Ohio? This are you in Ohio right now? Or are you in another part of the country?
No, yeah, I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, actually.
Oh, you in South? Oh, South Dakota. Yeah, that's right. With Dice. Okay, cool beans. So, how's the weather up there? Are y'all getting some serious snow and ice? I know y'all have to be because it be cold in South Dakota. I'm like, dang on North Dakota. I, okay, South Dakota. I'm like, okay, maybe I get a little bit of sun, but it's cold as hell up in South Dakota.
Yeah, it's actually above average for this time of year. It's actually 54 today. It's super windy though, and tomorrow we actually have a snowstorm coming. So it's stupid. It sucks.
But you know what? I guess you guys used to the snowmobiles and stuff. That's like standard transportation. They don't stop y'all from doing anything. Look, the grocery stores are still gonna be open. They still gonna be open, the convenience stores, because they know somebody gonna pull up on a dang snowmobile and get their groceries and go back home.
Yeah,
Because I've actually seen it. I've seen a lot of people do that. I was like, okay. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Improvise. Don't let nothing stop you. I wish they would adopt that in Heidelberg, Germany, because when I visited Heidelberg, Germany, it was all that snow. People were still like trying to drive their regular cars. I'm like, no, baby, I need some snowmobiles to get through all of this.
facts.
Yes. So introduce yourself to everyone. I'm Chazzy Warrington. Just get you know, because a lot of people they don't know how to pronounce my name. They look at it, they be like Jazzy, Chazzy, Chazzy. You know? All right, no, it's just Chaz. So introduce yourself to our audience, and we're streaming on over 8 different platforms right now. Because I've been sharing too. That's the thing. That's why I got all these different devices because I'm constantly sharing the interviews when I do live stream.
Cool. Well, I go by the name Ohio the Rapper. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a hip hop artist, and I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota right now.
Okay, cool. B. Now, how in the world you get from Ohio to South Dakota? I'm trying to figure that one
So actually, my mom works for Citibank, and
out.
she works for Sears Mastercard in Cleveland, and then got bought out by Citibank. And
Right.
we were able to move anywhere in the country. Like you should have seen this list, man. Like anywhere in the country, and she picked Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's crazy, man. It's just like it was like the #1 safest place to live in the United States at the time. So growing up in Cleveland, it ain't really good or safe there. So she moved us out here, man. Give us a better life.
That's good. And you know what? It's completely understandable. And I don't know why this is showing this extra okay, there we go. Because I'm like, there's no Gabriel on here, no Gabriel. It's just it just create its own, it's gonna just make us get somebody streamed that we don't even know, right? Don't anyway.
Hey, the
Yeah.
more the yes.
Yeah, so I see that you at work, so you taking a break, or you just be like, bump that, I'm going off, I'm just gonna go out somewhere to the side, and I'm gonna get this interview in.
I'm off for a little while, so I got off a few hours ago. We took the kids, we went and seen some Christmas lights around town, and we just got them tucked in. I'm doing this interview, so I got it
Cool.
all figured out.
Well, I appreciate that. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's something I don't understand this mentality because I used to manage music artists. That's how I ended up meeting Joseph.
Okay.
You know, twice. I met him because I started managing music artists. But one of the things that I dealt with a lot of music artists is poor work ethics. You know, and I'm just like, you have to invest in yourself. I'm not a multimillionaire where I can just put up money like that. And even
Right.
if I could, I still wouldn't because I want you to understand the value of work and get in working your way to your goals and your dreams. Because what happened with a lot of people when they don't have to work for something, they take it for granted. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
don't appreciate it as much. So I didn't want them to become comfortable because I'm like, suppose something happened to me and then you had to get another manager. I want you to be able to pull your own weight and know what to do, understand how the music game work, the business aspects of it and the leads of it, all of that stuff. But if I'm not seeing you being productive and trying to help yourself, there's nothing I can do. And so I commend you for not just working, but you also have a full family. I mean, you got a wife, and the children. You got a
Uh,
full-time job, and you doing your rap and your music, and you also DJ, right? You DJ too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
That's a little bit. I did quit that like 2 months ago or so. Just it got to be too much. Just the late nights, and then with working, my schedule is just crazy. So sometimes it's all about balance, right? You know what I
right.
mean? You can't do everything. You know what I mean? As much as you want to. I mean, I just kind of took what's important, and I'm making it work, man. So
Yeah, that's how you do it. And I commend you for that. Now I was trying to get some music, get some of your music so that I can show it. Hey, Joseph.
yeah, what's
You
up,
see,
Joe?
I was trying to get some of your music because I wanted to play it, but we have to do the radio edit versions. And actually, I'm
Yeah.
looking for a different stream because with StreamYard, they're so overprotective when it comes to music because of copyright infringements, and I understand that. I mean, um they do have a package that you can do the music, but say for instance, if you were doing a cover, I
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to download it.
Right.
So it's certain they scan out and they're real strict. And very particular, they're like how we're doing our live stream now. And if I was playing some music and it was considered and it was, monitored as copyright, they'll just cut the whole interview out, like the whole stream. Ain't no warning, no messages, nothing. They
Right.
just gonna set you off. I'm just like, y'all are rude.
Yeah.
Hey, mama didn't teach y'all no manners.
Right.
Ah. Yes, but it's good to see you and stuff. I mean, you have a real nice smile on white teeth and stuff. I'm like, okay, okay, got the pearlies going on.
I, pre- I
What kind
appreciate.
of projects do you have coming up right now? What are you working on? Like some of your music, and what are you promoting and pushing right now in your music?
Man, it's like crazy right now. I'm trying to do so much. I actually sometimes I feel like I'm trying to do too much, but so I have my album actually releasing. The album's titled AWOL, and I'm releasing that February 15th of 2021. So soon here. I'm,
Hell, that's perfect. AWOL because 2020, everybody done went freaking AWOL. I mean, the dogs done went AWOL. The cats don't even want to meow right no more. They like, around. Dogs
yeah,
don't even want to bark no more. Dogs so depressed and messed up. They like, "Ugh." Nobody want to do nothing. I mean, the birds don't even want to chirp. You don't even hear the birds chirping. Even in the summertime, you didn't even hardly hear birds chirping. There's birds that are always chirp behind my window, and that would be my alarm because they would just chirp they behind out. They didn't even chirp. They didn't do nothing this year. Them birds just shut it down. They was like, the hell with it. I'm sick of this COVID. I'm sick of number 45. I'm sick of all this violence. I'm sick of everything. The birds, they protested. They just like, we ain't gonna even twerk no more. We done. Ain't
right.
twerking. Nope. So that's good.
Oh,
I mean, you got a
um,
plan. So that's a great thing.
yeah. I mean, it's been a crazy year, but like honestly, like I see a lot of people complaining about and all that. It's been tough, I know, for a lot of people, but like it's also like what you make of it, man. Like
Yeah,
for me personally, like it's been a good year. Like COVID has like put a damper on some things, but overall, like I mean, my life is good. I got my health. I didn't get COVID. I don't have it. None of my family has it.
right.
Still have a job. You know what I mean? Like my heart goes out to everyone who is struggling, but I mean, it's been good to me, man. So, like I said, yeah, it's put a damper on some things. Some things are negative, but overall, like it's good, man. It's been a good year. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get it over with, though. I'm ready for COVID to be gone, so I can start doing like that.
I think because we get to a point where we get so comfortable and we don't realize how comfortable and sometimes not even just comfortable but how ungrateful we are.
Mm,
And so when things like this happen, it shows how negligent and irresponsible that we really are because
right.
a lot of people, including myself, were not prepared. And I know some people have legitimate excuses.
Mm,
And some people don't, and then some people are just, even when they have done everything that they're supposed to do, 'cause I know that, people can do exactly what they're supposed to be doing, and things just still seem like it never works for it. So, it's a combination of different reasons why a lot of people wasn't prepared. But the thing that bothered me more than anything is that instead of people using this time to assess their life and to not just pursue their goals and their dreams and ambitions, but to prioritize. And a lot of people still were not prioritizing, they were still being vain. They're
Mhm.
still going out here buying all these expensive shoes and jewelry and clothes. And I'm just like, you all don't even understand what's going on. And then just to even show how neglectful a lot of us as humans can be, people don't even realize there's a second surge, but
Mhm.
it's called SARS. The severe acute respiratory syndrome. COVID, and it's C2 because it's a second wave of it, and it's more aggressive and more deadly than the COVID-19, which is named COVID-19 because 2019. But it's just like people still are not getting the message, and they still are not paying attention to what is really going on. I mean, by all means, continue to live, continue to enjoy your life, go out, have fun, and everything. But at the same time, don't try to keep up with a lifestyle that you know you cannot afford to. And
Right.
when you're living from paycheck to paycheck, and especially if you're still renting or if you still have a mortgage payment, that means you're not in a position to splurge like that. You have to prioritize that because you don't have the deed to your house. And I keep telling people this: it's the difference between you having a home, being the owner of a home mortgage loan, and being the home owner. When you're a home owner, you have the deed to it. Until then, you are the owner of a freaking loan. Because if that house is taken away from you because you're not able to pay it, the mortgage keeper, the payments, or the taxes for whatever means, guess who you're going to find out who really owns that
Right.
house? you know? So that was the biggest part the biggest issue that I had for me with the whole situation. And I really appreciate your outlook on that because, maybe, hopefully, people who are listening, maybe that'll trigger something and make them, reassess themselves, and think about the things that they really need to be thankful for and need to be focused on because you seem to be like, I'm focused on the right things, which you are based on what you said and your priorities, and when everybody else is way on left field, a lot of people on left field and just not using common sense, just I don't know. It's crazy.
No, I totally get it, and you see it every day with especially social media, man. Like if it
Yes.
wasn't for music, like trying to promote my music, I'd probably stay off social media. Like it's like, I mean, it's a rabbit hole, man. It's a trap. It's cancer to me. But just people don't even know each other, just so disrespectful and rude, and they argue
Right.
over the things. Everyone's right. No one listens to anyone else's opinion. Like everyone just tries to convince each other to look at it from their side. Like it's just, I don't know. I try not to all that. Like sometimes I eat some popcorn and watch all people who don't even know each other argue with each other. But other than that, I just try and promote my music, man. So, and
I know.
and friends and things like that. That's what it's supposed to be used for, I think. But
Right, right. And it's true. I mean, it's really sad. Even with and I think for me, during this whole time of pandemic, people gotta understand the word pandemic is kind of like sound like panic. So, you don't panic. What you do is you pull yourself away, you go into a place of meditation and of self-reflection,
hmm
and look at your life and you see where you're at, and you look at all the things that you have in your home, all your possessions, and see how you start. Have you been prioritizing your life like you need to? That's when it's time to do it. It's like a time of reflection instead of doing the arguing and the fighting and all of the foolishness that's been going on, like you stated. And so, I guess, and you're really young and you have that kind of mindset. So, you are, to me, you just seem like you're full of wisdom, like you got an old soul. Because I'm 47 and I'm twice your age, probably a little over twice your age. So it's like for you to be that young and have that kind of mindset is really phenomenal. And that's how I know you're going to go forward. And right now, you do just need to pace yourself because people rush into careers that they're not really, they, it's not necessarily they're not prepared for it, but some things you can't just rush into it. And music is definitely one of those things because all it takes is you to put out one bad song, especially being a newcomer into the mainstream music industry. You put out that one bad songs, they're not going to care if you put out hits after that. They just going to remember that one bad song that you
Yeah.
put out. They like, nah, man, nah, nah,
No.
you know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can hear you. Um,
Oh,
it's just, yeah, it's a tough business, man. Not everyone is gonna like everything you put out, and that's okay. I mean, you don't always get the respect though. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of artists who, like, I'm like, man, that ain't good music to me, in my opinion. But they're rich, they're famous. You know what I mean? Like they got to be doing something right. Like I respect their grind. You know what I mean? Like, but some of that stuff just ain't for me. So, I'm gonna put out music that that's naive to think that everyone's gonna like what you put out. You know what I'm saying? So, it just ain't gonna work that way. So,
that's true. But you know what happens too is sometimes these music artists that have sucky music, I think a lot of them get in because I'm sorry, I forgot to plug up my laptop because I think a lot of them um with the music labels, they have to have something in substance, to keep their taxes intact, you know, and not to be overtaxed. So it's almost like they do that as a way to protect themselves from the IRS, from having their taxes, going through the roof. And they need to have people as tax write-off, but at the same time, it's like the music industry also, there was a period where people was caught up on the type of music that's out there now in hip hop and rap. But at the same time, in lieu of that, people have gotten tired of that. They want something different now.
right,
So it's like you can't keep producing artists that sound alike. Not just their sound, but their style and their music and pretty much their lyrics. It's like I can I kid you not, I really sat down and I went and I listened, I binged and I listened to 8 mainstream artists that are popping. And I listened to the lyrics and I listened to the beat. And I kid you not, it was like it was repetitious. It was like they were pretty much saying the exact same thing. There was no substance, there was no diversity, there was no nothing different. It was literally the same thing. And I just sat on my bed and I was like, damn, like there's no variety here. I don't like and it just it's boring. It really is a boring person. It's not because I'm 47. I love music. I've always been a music head, music, straight up music junkie. Always have. But I know good music when I hear it, and I'm just sorry. A lot of this music just suck, and I guess they feel like if they put a hot beat to it, that it's supposed to make it better. But it just took fun. You can only put a hot beat behind sucky music only for so long, and then what happens is the music start to suck too because it's kind of like the same style, the same kind of beat in that same little corner. And I'm just like, what's this game? I mean, is this a game? Because that's what the game does. Games wear the same colors and stuff like that. Like, is this what this is now? The music industry will turn to a game where everybody got to sound the same, have the same beat, have some of the same lyrics. I mean, yeah, we get some diversity here because this right here isn't getting it. So when I heard you, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, coming with a totally different flavor. I was like, I like that. I like it. And I'm listening to your lyrics and how you are very lyrical and you actually pronunciate your words. You're not afraid to pronunciate
yeah,
your words. So I really appreciate that because I can actually understand every single word that you were saying. Unlike a lot of these music artists, you don't understand. They sound like they.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you grunting? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all young, like y'all 19, 21 years old. Y'all sitting up here grunting and stuff like y'all a 70, 80-year-old man with bad arthritis. Like, what the hell? Speak up, talk.
Yeah.
So, but I get it. And, the market right now is for everybody, like, Jennifer Holiday, she stated, she was stating that, there's a market for every person, everybody, they own style and stuff. And that's true. But if you're doing this on a major platform, we got to have, variety. And I think because I don't think it's because they don't have enough talents out there. I think the music industry in general has become exhausted because it's so out of all careers in the world, the music and aspiring music artists is the number one career goal for many people. You got more people pursuing music in some
Oh,
form of fashion than any other career. So
yeah.
I think, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's in my opinion, and I think a lot of artists could agree. It's the most far fetched dream there is. I mean, people say they could be anything, but like making it in the music business, that's tough, man. Like it's tough. For every few good rappers, there's a lot of real. I don't want to curse, but there's a lot of not so good ones. You know what I mean? For the handful of good ones, and it's just kind of waters things down, makes it harder for the ones who are good. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. And I think too is I think it's also about controlling. A lot of times it's just like they dangle the money and they see that they can control this artist.
yeah,
And I think that's another thing too, because when people can be controlled like that, they're not going to see value like they need to until sometime it's too late. And oftentimes this happens where they get all of this money, and a lot of times this money is an advancement. It's not money that's etched in stone. It's like an investment. And so
uh,
they're going to have to recoup that money in the contracts because I've seen them. That's how I know. That's why I'm even in school for entertainment law, because that's something that since I'm in the entertainment industry, I started a few years ago, several years ago. Then I got really sick. Then I had to stop. But then I started back this year pursuing um, to become an entertainment law. So I've seen a lot of though some of these words, these adjectives, and these adverbs. That's why I keep telling people it's important to know these things because you can be signing your rights away and don't realize it. Like it's a difference between at and of and is and in. It's different differences in that in the content when it's in a contract. So I think unfortunately what ended up happening is it never fails. Several years down the line, here come these music artists, they filing for bankruptcy, or the IRS is down their throat. And I'm just like, okay, but what about your accountant? Was your accountant doing anything for you? Or what about you? Were you keeping up with your own money, or you just spending it because it's just
yeah,
I
that,
think
a lot of people falls in advancements, man. Like, you know, uh, me and my home Chris, he's on the label Abyss the Word Wizard. He's a good friend of mine, but we were talking about that, like, that advancement. They spend their advancement on dumb things, and the label wants their money back. They want it one way or another, and they're gonna get it. And be taking that money, reinvesting that advancement into like some features of some big artists. That way, you get your name out there, and your song blows up, whatever. You know what I mean? Just doing the right things with the money instead of just going and buying jewelry and cars and clothes and all this.
right. And I get it, it's part of the image of a music artist, and you play the part. you know, and everything. But at the same time, you got to make sure that you're going to really be secure in your future. Now, some music artists, some of the young music artists, they're learning, so they're starting to invest where they're investing in real estate or they are investing in, their own business in some, some capacity. And I
Right.
commend them for doing that because they're watching how a lot of the others before them have failed because they were not making investments because you got to always continue to have that money coming in because with more and more music artists is coming at the gates, you could be hot today and be trash tomorrow. You could go. It's so easy to have for that to happen in the music industry. You could be on cloud 8, and you could be dropped all the way to level Z
Mm.
in a drop of a dime. So it. But you're doing the right thing, pacing yourself. You're young. You got time and stuff. And so um, as far as with your um, with your lyrics, what inspired you to come up with the contents that you come up with? Because I listened to quite a few of your songs,
It's
and so
just uh, you know, people relate to life. You know what I mean? Like honestly, like that's what I feel like music is like about, especially hip hop. I mean, that's how hip hop started. I
mhm,
mean, look at NWA pioneers, man. Like they started rapping about all the things that they went through, and they spoke for the ghetto. You know what I mean? They spoke for Black people. Like they were going through that every day, and they brought it to the forefront and really showed the world, like, oh, this is what they're going through. Well, people, they're like, yeah, they're speaking for us. You know what I mean? Like we as entertainers, like we're able to speak for those people who don't have a voice, or don't use that voice. You know what I mean? And like they can just feel what you're talking about. So um I it's not that I don't try. I just don't rap about things that I ain't been through, or that I ain't done, or that I don't do. Like, cuz I mean, people going to find out eventually whether you're about that or not.
right.
you
That's
know
that's so true. Yeah, being fake and phony and stuff, and that's something that some music artists. What happened is they never experienced that, but they start rapping about it or doing hip hop music about it, and then because they don't want to look like a punk or look like they fake or they flaking, they'll actually start trying to live their lifestyle that they're actually rapping about or doing hip hop music about when that's not the lifestyle they were really in prior to it. And that's that could get you killed. And sadly, I, it's really true. When you think about all of the hip hop artists that have got killed, Pop Smoke,
Dude,
uh,
that was awful,
you
man.
know,
Is
Mo3, like he got raped. You got to think about the the mindset of someone who would run someone down on a highway in broad daylight. The hate is real, like it's on another level. So when you get into that limelight, and if you've done anything in your past, sometimes you don't even have to do anything to anybody, Um, and people would just be so jealous. I keep telling people it's two
yeah.
sets of twins: jealousy, envy, hate, and anger. Those are two sets of twins that will make a person do the unthinkable.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And it's just like really sad. But you got these young guys, these young music artists, and it's just like, and I don't know, the way, I guess it's just the way I be thinking, but I just kind of saw it. To me, I kind of felt like it was kind of strange that when I look at the pattern, even what's that
Yeah.
extinction,
Yep.
and all of these music artists, it's like when they were right at the peak of their game, right on the top, it seems like all of a sudden they got killed.
Hmm.
And so I'm just like, okay, I see a pattern and I pay attention to patterns. And I
Oh
know, yeah, and I noticed the pattern with that. So I'm thinking, could it been? hits may outrun them from maybe people they were really working with
Yeah,
because
that's
it
possible.
doesn't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's possible. I agree. You know, it could be.
Yeah, it's just like Nipsey Hussle. You know
Yeah.
how he just suddenly got killed and stuff, and they kind of found out was somebody who was with him. Oh, he sent a link to his son Joseph, but it was somebody who was in his own entourage. Somebody who should have been his friend, his homie. So I see stuff like this, and I'm just like, you have to really be careful, even when someone say they're your friend and they're for you. Yes, Joseph, they're for you. You have to really make sure that they are truthfully for you because they can. You got people that ride with you for all your life since childhood, and those be the main ones that come back and kill you because
Yeah. Oh, it's I've seen it before where it's like what did someone tell me once? Man, I can't even remember. You know, like one of the things too is as soon as you see success, is when they come for you. You know, and yeah, it's sad, man. Like it's
it is.
sad.
It's very sad. Yeah, Joseph, we're taking questions. You can type the question here, and we're taking questions. Yes. Yeah, it really is. And so, and it just got to the point where it's like you can't even you're helpless. You can't do anything. So what I do is I pray for people who are in the music industry, especially out of all in industry of the entertainment industry. The music industry with rap and hip hop is the most dangerous. And it's sad that it's like that. It's like it should be about it's kind of like I said, like a game. It's almost like it's a game now where you got the rivals, you got the Bloods against Crips, and I'm just like, okay, like dang, can we just do music and everybody get their check, everybody get their bank swole, and everybody going about their lives and business. I'm like, it shouldn't matter if this person is getting theirs. You gonna get yours too. But the thing is, if you're gonna try to knock off the one who could really help you get where you want to go, then you can't get upset if you don't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. Why knock off someone because they accomplish it, get seen and become famous before you? I mean, like maybe that's why the universe saw your attitude, and that's probably
Yeah.
why you didn't get that opportunity before them because you don't know how to humble yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you block your blessings that way. Like I truly believe in that. Like that's why I pray. Like I hope all my homies make it. You know what I mean? I pray for people I don't know to make it. Like
Yeah,
because you think about that, that's prayer, man. Like that's for real. Like that's how the universe works. So, all those things you wish on other people, that'll come back to you, man. Like for real.
it really will. And it's I just you have to be bold these days to even nowadays to even get into that kind of industry because it's not like it was when I was growing up. And I know times change, I know I'm older and all of this stuff, but it's like it's really, really bad. It's not just a little bad. No, it's really, really bad. You can't even go to a concert. Like, damn, can I even just go to a concert and enjoy hearing a hip hop artist perform live without some hater coming up in here and want to shoot up the place and not caring who is there? Like, they don't even care, you know? And I'm just like, it's hurting, and what the hip hop community and rap community is not realizing, a lot of them rather should be stay or not realize, especially in mainstream, that it's going to hurt them eventually because people are not going to want to come and see them perform because they're going to be afraid that they're going to get shot up or something. Even if
Right.
they go over to a different country or what have you, if like in certain parts of Africa, a lot of music artists are going there, but they got to understand their money is not nowhere near valuable. It's like a dollar, a one USA dollar is the equivalent of like $20, 15 to 20. Narings, or whatever you call it, Naros. I should know because I used to be married to a freaking Nigerian. But I forgot. I forgot. It's been such a long time. I forgot. But it's like it's the value of the money is much different. So what they would have made here in the United States doing for a concert, they're not going to even make. They'll make less than 10% of that if they go overseas, depending on what part of the country, they travel to overseas to get, to do concerts. So it's just like you're stopping and siphoning the whole industry as a whole. It's not just going to hurt you, but it's going to hurt the whole. It's hurting the whole industry because eventually people are not going to want to come out to concerts or events or come when you're having showcases or you're doing autograph signing because they're going to be afraid that some hater is going to run up or somebody who you don't did bad business with or did dirty in the past is going to come running up and trying to spray you, and anybody who's just happened to be there will get hit too. Innocent bystanders, it never fails. You know, uh, it's just ridiculous. So I don't know. I let me see. This is a question that Joseph have. Let me see. I'm put this up. Okay, he got a question right here. You see it? Hey, Ohio. Uh-oh, you having some connectivity issue going on? I'll add you back on the screen.
Yeah,
Really connectivity
I,
issue.
I like sound and everything.
Oh, you're good.
All right, you good? All right.
Yeah. It says, here's a question from Joseph. You see it?
Are you planning any projects geared toward our youth and what we are dealing with in society these crazy days? I actually made a song. We've been promoting my single "Like a Star, Like Crazy." That's on my SoundCloud. But I actually have a song that I had previously done right before I released "Like a Star," and it's called "Change the World." Sorry, I'm trying to read this comment.
You're good.
So to answer Joe's question about like the youth and stuff and like what's going on these days, like yeah, I do have a song called "Change the World," and it just kind of speaks on all the things that happen. It mentioned, and it's featuring my good friend Slim Chance, one of the people who got me started in rap.
Okay.
But we talk about the Black Lives Matter movement and like what happened with George Floyd, and just you know the whole year of people getting killed, especially black people, and the riots that went on over that whole thing, and then with like how COVID has just like shut the world down too, man. It's crazy. So
A
um
lot, right?
it is a lot. So um Joe says, I really enjoy your lyrical content, substance, and vibe with the COVID-19 vaccine being distributed. Do you plan on taking your music, your message live on tour in 2021? Man, I want to, man. Like, if they open music back up, like, I used to do show after show after show, man. Like where I live, like all the time, and I miss performing. I really miss performing, man.
And
So
you'll get back there. And like I said, you pacing yourself. And I think, like I said, this year, with everything going on, I think this year was really a time for people to reflect and to really reevaluate their lives and themselves. And also, in that, reconstructing yourselves in your gifts and in your talents and skills. Because for me, I can't speak for nobody else, but I know for me, going through all of this with 2020, um, it didn't just give me a new wave of determination, but it also really gave me it heightened my senses of urgency. Where look, time is literally of the essence. You can't let people waste your time and your energy. Because I've always been the type where I like to. Because I understand how real life situations can cause people, to make decisions they don't want to make. It's kind of like they're forced based on these circumstances. And so I understand that. So a lot of times I had the tendency to kind of be too forgiving when I shouldn't be, or too lenient when I shouldn't be, almost kind of like a doormat, you know. And it's like this year with all of this crazy stuff that's been going on, it gave me a new wave of reflection on myself and like, what are you doing? Like, time is of the essence. Don't be wasting any more of your energy and time on asinine people. Let them be, and you focus on what you need to be focusing on, because time is not going to stand still for you. That's the most valuable thing in life is time, because you will never get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah. No. There's like a lag, I think, but no, you're absolutely right, man. You got to make the most of every day. Every day count. You know. Um, there's a mentor of mine. His name is Jim Rohn. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. I mean, he's a motivational speaker. He like turned his life around. It's crazy, but he said all the time. He's like, people will spend money. You know what I mean? Like no problem. But like he says, what if someone asked you to spend a day? Like you got to think that one over. You know what I mean? Time is way more valuable than money will ever be. So you definitely got to make the most of all your days. You only get so many of them, man.
That's so true. And we live in such a fast-paced world. And the only reason we're living in such a fast-paced world is because so many people, companies, and corporations, they want to be first. Everybody want to be number one. No, I want to get first before you. I want to cross that finish line before you. So because of that, it has put a lot of strain on us as citizens, and we they're not taking in consideration by their greed that is putting a strain not just on us, but it's going to eventually backfire on them because, excuse me, we've seen it happen where major companies all of a sudden they had to go bankrupt. Look at Kmart. Kmart was doing way better than Walmart. Like they were up there, okay? Walmart came and just pulled the rug from up under them because they was mindful and watchful. Look at Sears.
Yeah.
Sears got knocked over. It's just like companies that have been in business and been established for 30, 40, 50 plus years got knocked over, and don't have a leg to stand on. And it can happen, and it really can happen just that easily when they're not, when these companies are not being vigilant, and when they're not, what they're, I don't even say that they fail to realize it, so let me retract that. But what it is, they're not caring. It's like we'll cross that bridge when it comes, type of attitude. But when that bridge comes, the bridge may be broken, and
Right.
you may not be able to cross over because the bridge is not destroyed. Then what?
Well,
You got to build another one. That's going to cost way more because you got to deal with the tide, the rising of the water. You don't know how depth the water is. It's just so much other stuff that is in play with that. So you're doing the right thing. You gotta just pace yourself because by the time 2021 comes, and I said maybe around this about the summertime, you're gonna be so focused. It's gonna be like all of this that has happened in 2020 is just gonna give you so much urgent, not urgent, but it's gonna give you so much more inspiration, and it's gonna really give you even a stronger drive, and will to
yeah.
succeed.
Well, like up until like May there, like right around May this year, like I hadn't been able to write a song in almost 5 years. So I had some crazy, I've been doing music for about 11 years now, 12 years, like I've been serious at it. So yeah, I wasn't able to make music anymore. It was crazy, man. But I don't know what clicked in May. Um I just started like it just started coming, and now I have like almost 4 albums worth of songs. Like I've just been writing like crazy. So and I linked up with Abyss, and he introduced me to Joe, and they asked me to be a part of the label, and so now we're trying to make things happen. So
Yeah, it be like that. A lot of artists, they start off, some of the most phenomenal and magnificent artists. That's what they do. They'll go off grid for a minute, and then it's like they'll have this certain rush and urge to where it's just like they're so compelled to write and to do music that is they really can't even. It's like somebody fiending or
Hmm.
drugs. And it don't matter what you try to do, you don't find no peace, you can't find no comfort, you restless, you cranky, you're moody, because now your passion and your destiny is telling you, okay, it's time. Even though we may not be feeling that it's time, but we be like, but I got this going on, I got a routine now. I don't start doing this. I'm stable. But when that passion hits you like that, you have to pursue it. And I know that it's from experience because
Absolutely.
I try to just rest on stuff and be like, what? And it's like I couldn't find no comfort and nothing else. It's like other stuff would start going, get it out of order. That was never out of order before, just to channel me to back to where I was supposed to be doing in the first place. So it's a good thing you took heed, so you wouldn't have had to experience that like my hard head behind did.
No, I tried for a while, and like anything I tried, I wouldn't be able to get more than two, three, 4 bars, and I'm just like, I couldn't come up with no hooks. I mean, that's how you make a song. So I mean, you can't just rap forever. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make a song. You gotta, and I was just at that point, and like right now, like I for real, I feel like it's now or never, man. Like it's so crazy. All I think about is music right now. On top of like working. We already discussed that. My family. Music is like my main priority right now. Between all that, so yeah, I'm focused, man. I'm ready. Like it's now or never, for real.
Yeah, and just stay encouraged and definitely surround yourself around positive people who not just going to believe in you behind the scenes, but also in public where they're going to be pushing you, they're going to be promoting you, they're going to be bragging about you, like they will brag about how people brag about Cardi B and all of these others and Megan Thee Stallion. You want to have people who's going to be that loyal and that passionate about you and your worth, because it's easy for people to be there when they just want to ride on your coattail, because you do have those that'll just be there just for that.
Oh
But
yeah,
and I'm quite sure you've experienced that. You want to tell us about some of that?
yeah. Oh, it's the old saying. People they don't love you for you. They love you for your position. The position you're in. That's what they love. So, I got some real friends. You know what I mean? Like, with my family and stuff. I'm a homebody, to be honest. Like I used to be out. Like when I was first doing music, I was out partying. I was doing all kinds of dumb things. But I'm 33 now, so I got my own family, and I like to stay home. I like to stay in the house, man. It keeps me out of trouble. I'm okay with going to work, come home, work on music, spend time with the kids, with the wife. Like I'm good with that, man. Like I don't need to be out there doing all kinds of mess. you know?
Right. That creates problems. If you're out and it's not putting money in your pocket, it's not benefiting you in a positive, productive way, then you don't need to be doing it. My little bad rabbit. Yeah, he always coming here when I'm doing my interviews. It's just so funny. He just determined that he's going to be seen. He's like, look, he's coming back. That's what he does. He's like a dog. He don't want to go away. But
He,
but
spotlight.
yeah, go ahead.
He wants that spotlight.
Yeah, he really do. He like the spotlight. As you can see, he was like comfortable as I don't know what. But yeah, yeah, out in the street and stuff. And I know that sometimes people feel like that's what they need to do and stuff. And I mean, networking is definitely essential, but networking isn't going out getting in trouble. That's not networking. Networking is going out there, putting yourself in a position where you will end up procreating with somebody else, and it's not your significant other or your spouse, and then you sit there looking crazy and TMZ right there with the cam. You know what? I think TMZ has a satellite somewhere in orbit, because they always just know stuff like even almost it's like at the minute that it's happening, they seem like TMZ be on it. I'm like, dang, how many people do you
Yeah,
guys have working? Like y'all have spies all over the place. You cannot do anything with TMZ would be there. I don't care what part of the world you could be in Australia. TMZ would be sitting there.
Yeah, I'm kind of boycotting them, man, just because like I don't know if it's 100% true, but I just heard that rumor when Kobe died. Like that's how his family found out, is because TMZ put it on, the news. Like, and if that's true, like that ain't cool, man. Like that ain't that these people do anything for a story, and they profit off, these people's misery and all this. So
Right.
like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that going around. Like that's how Kobe's family found out that him and his daughter were dead. It was on TMZ. Like that's not cool, man. So, um,
That
but yeah,
is true. It's sad. It's sad. It's true because even his his widow, she kind of hinted to. She didn't say in those exact words because she was just dealing with too much, emotional.
hmm
And so yeah, it was really cold how they did that. And the thing about it is like you guys have pictures that you all haven't even sent to his parents or
yeah.
his wife, but they're all on the news and the family is seeing all this extra stuff and learning all this extra stuff on the news. Why? That's yeah, after they did that, I mean I knew that they have a reputation, but I didn't think they would go that low. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that to me is beyond low, lower than low, because not just Kobe, but then you got other families too.
Oh
The
yeah.
Kobe died. I think everybody died on the plane, right?
hmm
Except his daughter, except his women. Yeah, the daughter, Kobe's daughter died. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you got all these people who have died, and their whole family's life is about to be completely turned upside down and transformed. And you mean to tell me that you all don't even have the common courtesy because y'all so greedy of a story to go and notify the family, in which I believe there's a I got to find it. I'm not sure because I don't want to, but I think there's some kind of law against that or something. But she's not hurting for anything financial because he left her set. So
Right.
that's why she's pursuing it, because if she wanted to, she could shut TMZ down. I'm quite sure she could. But she'd rather deal on what's left, her children that are left, the daughters that didn't get killed, and she's focusing on more positive things now.
Right.
So for TMZ to do that, I was just like, come on, TMZ, y'all can't just, I'm like, y'all are too low down and dirty. Like, y'all, that is beyond below the belt. And so after that, I just stopped supporting them altogether. I cannot deal with them at all. Like, no.
Yeah, I was telling my wife the other day, like I know the fame is like what brings you the money, but like I don't care for the fame. You know what I mean? Like it's cool, I guess people know who you are, whatever, whatever. But like, you got to think what these people go through, like when they're out in public with their children, and
Right.
they're out trying to eat a dinner, they're out with their family, and all these people coming out, they want pictures, autographs, and I know that comes with the territory, but it's like no, I don't want that, man. Like I just want the money, like for real.
Yeah.
Why I do it, to feed my family. Like, and I love it, but like that's why I do it too, is to feed my family. So
Yeah. Yeah. They just get too much. So it's a lot that goes on with being a music artist that I don't think a lot of music artists are really aware of. So when they get into the music industry, even though there are warnings, because I will say that it's been enough situations where music artists can learn from.
mm,
It's just like how we see some people do certain things, and every time somebody do it that way or somebody go that route, this is the consequences. We can watch and learn from other people's mistakes. So there's still some type of roadmap to guide them, to let them know the do's and the don'ts if they choose to pay attention to it. And some of them they don't, because again they just see all this money. They're impressionable, they're young, they're
right,
eager, they're hungry, and they just think about going from the lifestyle of struggling to being set and not
mm,
have to, struggle monetarily anymore. But they don't count up all the costs with that. It's not
right,
just that simple and that easy. And
no,
so, they, because forbid it, God forbid anything happen, people like these entertainment companies like TMZ would be all in your business and stuff, and they could even make something more than what it is. That's why some of the people have left TMZ because they just couldn't deal with the way they act like they're the shade room. I mean, like the shade room's supposed to be shady. They see like they would have been doing stuff like that, but TMZ, they're the ones being shady. They doing all kinds of stuff. Like they're on another level with it. So they've lost. A lot of people have quit as a result of the way they are. And you still have some of the other ones, of course, they still there because they just don't care until it happens to them. And then once it, you know, like you said, karma, and God forbid, but what if it ever happens to them, then they're gonna see, and they're not gonna like the way it feels. They're not gonna like that someone real close like that to them is killed or murdered or something, and they find out because it's on the news and nobody has contacted them and let them know anything, not even the authorities or anything. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that pissed me off. That had me hot. You hear me? Had me hot. I was pissed off. I have to say I was really upset about that. But tell people how they can follow you. I'm putting up your info. I've been, putting up your information. Like I got your booking information there. But
Yeah.
tell people how they can follow you, how they can download and stream your music.
Cool. So my music is on, I only have my single out right now, but it's on all major platforms, any music platform you can think of. My single Like a Star is out right this second. So go download that, go get that, go stream it, listen to it, whatever. um you can follow me on social media. Basically on everything, it's Ohio the Rapper at me. TikTok, I just got a TikTok up. I've done a couple raps on there that were fun. Those ended up coming out actually really dope. My wife is actually the one that put me on the TikTok. Like I've been hearing all this, TikTok's been around a while, right? But she's like, you should do it, for your music. And I'm like, maybe. I've done two, and it's gotten some good feedback. So I'm gonna keep up with that. There'll be more to come on that. But yeah, Snapchat, add me. I'm always down to, I'll talk to y'all, whatever. Um, Facebook, Ohio the Rapper. Yeah, everything at Ohio the Rapper. Pretty much that way. It's easy to find. So
Yeah. Okay, cool beans. Thanks everybody too who has been watching and listening and been interacting and everything. We do appreciate your support. Yeah,
yeah,
it's yeah, but it's I definitely want to keep you encouraged though. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to stay focused and definitely just continue on with that mindset that you have because that's going to keep you balanced and it's going to help you get where you need to go in your career, in your music endeavor, or any other career that you choose. And I do appreciate you for doing this song. You and one of your friends doing the song and other artists for Black Lives Matter because it is really hard being in this skin in this country. And I hate to say that, but it's just the reality. And I have a melanin son. My son has dreadlocks. He is the person that a cop would see in stereotype
right.
because it's melanin and he has dreadlocks.
Mhm.
And he has been racially profiled quite a couple of times, as well as me. I've been profiled a couple of times. And I had to let them know once they found out that I do community activism work and they find out that I work with the court systems and what I do, it's like all of a sudden that's probably why when the times that we had to go to the court for these stereotypical um, situations that the cop never showed up because I
Mhm.
guess when he realized who he was dealing with, he was just like, okay, I messed up. I messed with the wrong one. And I'm also, prepping, John will, the universe will, if not 2026, then maybe, 2032, I'll be able to run for U.S. Senate seat because I don't want the laws to necessarily, I don't like to say the laws change for a particular group of people, but unfortunately, because of history and even with things happening now, it's like we have to address it. I mean, there's no way around it. And but I do want the laws to be fair. All I want is for all laws to be fair all across the board for any and everybody. No, 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 you don't know discrimination. No,
Right.
because you're a woman or because you're a man or because you're black or because you're white. I don't want none of that. I want it to be evenly and equally across the board. If we're going to say equality and it says liberty and justice for all, then let it be liberty and justice for all, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's definitely, not in the end of politics and stuff, but it's definitely gone away from our Constitution. We lose more and more of our rights every single day and our freedoms. So, and it's sad, but
it is. It's really sad. And then even with you being so bold to stand for injustice like that, it can even um, create a situation for you from people who don't believe in equality,
yeah,
because they'll be like, "Oh, you are in lover," and I'm quite sure you've heard that probably. You get I've heard people say it, to non-melanin people, "Oh, you are in lover," and this, that, and stuff. Instead of that, you just a people lover. You just want what's right for everybody, not just for yourself.
yeah,
And go ahead.
no, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Um, I grew up in an urban area. You know what I mean? I grew up with all people. So, I'm cool with everyone. Racism is definitely taught. You ain't born with it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how my kids are gonna be raised. You know what I mean? Uh, I ain't gonna raise my kids to be, any type of way. They ain't gonna be out wild, acting stupid. So, you gotta love you gotta love humanity. Like that's what it boils down to. Like we're all humans, and that's the only way this world will ever heal and get better. But a lot of people don't see it that way, so that's why you see all the crazy things that happen every day, and
Right,
it's sad.
right, true. Well, hopefully music some kind of way when your music will kind of would be one of those pillars that will hold the universe up and unify people of all race nationality. That's why my slogan for my entertainment company, a multicultural and diverse world in one place. I did that, all of the flags for all countries, because we believe we all want the same basic things. We want to be respected. We want to be loved. We want to be appreciated. We want it to be cared for. We want these same basic things, principles. So if we want these same basic principles and attributes and virtues, then we have to be those things. You
Right,
know, if we're not exemplifying it, if we're not embodying it within ourselves and expressing it to others, then we should not expect them to others to express them to us.
right,
And it's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's a choice. But I do understand when a person has been taught and it's been embedded in them for so long, it's really hard to unlearn stuff, because even with me, things that I was taught as a child, and when I became older and I learned better, even though I knew it was wrong and I knew better, it was really hard for me to unlearn them. And a lot of it, I'm grateful I have unlearned, but there's still a lot that I still need to unlearn because of the bad teaching that I was taught as a child, and then my parents was taught as a child, and from generation to generation, you being taught these bad things or these wrongful things. It's not even necessarily they have to be bad, but they can just be wrong things. And then you have to unlearn all of that stuff that's been taught for generation and generation and generation. And it is really hard to unlearn things, especially when it's bad or negative habits. It's really hard to unlearn. But we can do it if we want to.
right,
So, it's an individual choice. It may not be an easy choice, and it may not be a comfortable decision or process to go through, but we can still eventually overcome it if we want to, because I know I've overcome a lot of crazy stuff that I was taught. I'm just like, man, who in the world came up with this? I really would like to see them so I could box them in the nose or something. But this mess, like, how you even your mind can even process the thought and idea first and foremost, and then to teach it this garbage and this rubbish to other people. I'm just like, how can you live with yourself when you're teaching people rubbish? I don't understand.
Mm. Amen.
Ugh. But anyway, we're gonna leave on a good note. We're living, we're alive, and we're well. And I'm so honored that I had an opportunity to interview you.
Yeah,
I
you have me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I'm real. Joseph is my homie. Like he was one of the very first people, first group of in the first 10 people that started following me. He was in that first 10.
Hmm.
And he has always supported me throughout everything, even when I had to go incognito for several years because I just started back up this year in February because I was real sick,
Hmm.
battling, chronic illness and diseases, which I advocate for. So it put me in a really bad place. But as soon as he was still, even then, he was still reaching out, checking on me, make sure I was okay and stuff. And he's really a good person. So I'm glad that, you were able to link up with someone who has such a genuine heart like that. Him, his wife, his family, the whole Dice family, and Deeper Entertainment, GT Digital, just the whole team is just phenomenal people. And they have always supported me from day one. And I really appreciate that. So you with some good people, and we've been following each other since 2009, I believe it is 2009 or 2010. So it's been almost a decade that we've been following each other, supporting each other. So I'm telling you, I've seen him grown, he's seen me grown, and he's really a good person. He's very hardworking and very diligent and dedicated to what he does, and very passionate. So I'm
Right.
glad that you are teamed up with someone who who will have your best interests at heart.
Oh yeah, they've been super helpful so far. It's only been like 2 months, and we've already accomplished quite a bit. So it's going.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, he don't play. He's a go getter. Joseph do not at no wise slow down. He don't know what that means. Slow down. He be looking at you like slow down. What that's supposed to mean? Slow.
You
Let me see.
gotta have that work ethic, especially in this business, man. It don't just come to you. Like people don't just discover you out of nowhere. Like you got to get out there. You got to put in work.
That's right. That's true. That's right, Joseph. All family. Keep entertainment. You're welcome. Yes. But anything you want to say before we conclude the interview? Anything you want to tell anybody? Any encouragement words or anything like that?
I appreciate you having me, of course, once again. Shout out to Deeper. Thank you for setting this up for me. Shout out to all the fans, everyone who's watching. Follow me on all platforms. Go check out that song "Change the World" too, man. That's on my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Ohio the Rapper. Go check that out. Run it up.
The
So
world, right? Yes, change the world, people. We got to be the change that we want to see. Point blank, period. Sure. Well, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and conclude this interview. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking out the time. I
yep.
just scheduled to allow me to interview you. This won't be the last time, of course, because as you progress and stuff, I want people to know like, look, y'all are like my children. I call everybody my children. I don't care. You can be it. You're younger than me, but even if you were older than me, you would still be my child. That's just the way I see it. You can be 7 years old.
Cool,
Oh, it's my baby. I raised him so well. You're taking credit for stuff I should be taking credit for. But that's just me. I'm a very open person, and I love to love. I enjoy showing love and kindness to people. I just love it. I don't want to be mean and hateful and rude and disrespectful. I don't like that. I don't like when if I have to if I'm provoked and I have to display that side of me. I don't even like that. I really feeling so bad, like it does something to me. I don't like to be that way towards anybody, even if it's provoked. So yet alone to just voluntarily be rude and disrespectful to people, I don't find no comfort in it at all.
right.
Yes. So But we'll be in touch, and you go ahead. You have a good night. Get yourself situated. Because you got to work tonight, right? That's what you get ready for your next shift or something.
Uh, I work in the morning though, but yeah,
Oh,
I be getting to bed around this time. I like to get up in the morning. I start my day. Sometimes I work out. I usually meditate. Do some praying and things like that. But that's usually how I start my day. But yeah, so I don't stay out up too late no more. got, got to make the most of your time. Got
yes.
time.
Because it does help with your mind too. Like when you think, like you get more, it's more oxygen when you get proper sleep. You get more oxygen to your brain, and it does make you more coherent and make you more cognitive than if got lack of oxygen to your brain. So I definitely feel you on that. Yeah. So well, go ahead, go home to your family because I know they're gonna be so excited to see you. Sure, they're gonna want to stay up and play and flip around a little bit before they let you lay down and go to sleep. And the wife is gonna want to snug and cuddle. She probably want to watch a movie before you go to sleep or something. So let you get home and you know get situated so you can get started for the next day.
All right, Jazz. It was nice to meet you, man.
You too. You take care of me, dear. God bless, one love, peace. Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
You have a good night. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate you guys so much. It's been an awesome interview. I told you all he is like so mad cool. Didn't I tell you? Y'all should know by now. Look, I am very particular about people. Y'all should know this. Doggone it. I am very particular. That was Ohio the rapper. And you can actually follow him on his social media platforms, Instagram, Ohio _the _rapper. You can also follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Ohio the rapper. And also, you want to book him, for any of your events or anything that you have going on. It's booking Ohio the rapper 23 at gmail.com. And he is definitely, definitely a phenomenal young man. He is also uh, an artist with Deeper Entertainment. Here's Deeper Entertainment. Let me pull him up so you guys can see. Deeper Entertainment has also been a sponsor of mine for several years as well. They have always supported me in everything that I do. Um, they find a way, and I really appreciate this because to have that kind of support, from anybody is always amazing. Where he at? Okay, there it is. Okay, this is Deeper Entertainment. Miss Joseph Sanders is the owner and founder of Deeper Entertainment, and this also GT Deeper Entertainment. You can find them on Facebook. Okay, they're on Facebook, and just follow their page and keep up with everything that they have going on. Deeper Entertainment GT Digital is also official partners with Universal Music Group. They do distribution, marketing, all of that stuff for music artists. So if you want to get your music out there, music artists are really serious about your music. You definitely want to link up with Deeper Entertainment, GT, because I have, like I said, I have seen the progress and I've seen the work, I've seen the diligence, I've seen them be consistent, and that's the thing, they're consistent. And also, they are also allies and have ties with companies, major labels where they have access to mainstream PRs and A&Rs. So if you want to get your music out there, you're real serious about your music career, then you definitely want to link up with GT Digital, Deeper Entertainment, because they have really just been consistent, and I have constantly seen their work ethics just be superb and phenomenal. And also, before we close out, I'm just going to run these three commercials, and we're going to close out like that. And I do appreciate everybody for your support. And please make sure you support the Gloves On campaign. Right now, I'm going to be showing the commercial for our feature business of the week. That is a small, independent, melanin owned woman business called Bleed. Also, going to be showing ads. If you want to get an ad slot during our live stream, you can. And also for my Gloves On campaign. So without further ado, here we go. You guys take care. God bless, one love, peace. Have a great night. All right. So I don't know why it just play. It's supposed to just play automatically, but I guess it was my personal touch. So I give it my personal touch. Yeah.
Hey guys, please support the Gloves On campaign advocating for those with chronic illnesses, diseases, and disabilities. You can do so by making a donation, purchase a 2021 Gloves On campaign calendar, and or sign the petition. Head over to www.cheenlc.com for details. Thank you for your support.